to order the Franklin County Board of Commissioner meeting. Today is February 2nd, 2021, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner O'Grady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. As a reminder, this is a public meeting and it's being recorded. We kindly ask that you maintain the same level of decorum as if we were meeting in person. Finally, for those of you calling in, please ensure that you have muted your phone line by pressing *6. Thank you for your cooperation. Appreciate that. As you all know, today is February 2nd, which means that we are in the second day of the celebration of Black History Month. And I'm so excited to have with us today Ms. Keisha Gibbs, an African-American Special Collections Supervisor. She is with the local History and Genealogy Division at the Columbus Metropolitan Library and joining us this morning in observance of Black History Month. With limited live access, please let us know how the library is acknowledging Black history this year. Keisha, Ms. Gibbs, it's so good to have you, and we're so grateful to see you again.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here again. Good morning, commissioners. The library will be celebrating Black History Month virtually this year. So we have something for every age group. We're having author visits, kicking off with Kwame Alexander on February 4th from 1 to 1:30, and then a panel discussion on the King Arts collection. And that'll be on February 4th at 6:30. That's for our adults. And then we have some other author visits, and we even have some science in there for the kids. And of course, materials available to check out online, and you can do curbside to pick up physical materials.
That's outstanding. What about any books? What's your recommendation on any books, a good book to read for Black History Month? I mean, so much has happened over the last year or so. So much unrest, but also a lot of awareness, I think you're seeing across the country. But I've seen a series of books. I just bought a book myself on the name just slips my mind of it right now, but it's about Black banks in America and the history of Black financial institutions. But any recommendations on a good read during Black History Month?
Yeah, well, I'm a children's librarian at heart, so I always go back to my children's days. But I know a lot of the books for the kids are finding things that look like themselves. Are big ones too. I'm trying to think. Is my favorite one that we just read at our house.
What's that, Commissioner Grady? What are you holding up there? You're on mute, sir. Commissioner, you're still on mute, Commissioner Grady.
Sorry about that. This is this was one of my kids' favorites growing up.
Oh, with John Teeth.
This is Life Doesn't Frighten Me. Matter of fact, they even wrote in it a little bit when they were little. But this is Maya Angelou, and it is it's illustrated by Basquiat, and so the kids would have when they were little, especially my oldest Liz and Jack would have me read this to them every night when they were little kids. But it's Life Doesn't Frighten Me. It's poems by Maya Angelou with illustrations by the artist Basquiat.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah,
we're loving Saturday by Oge Mora.
It just happened to be right here, by the way.
Oh, you had it. I have on my desk.
I'm sitting right in front of the bookshelf.
Did you guys read Stamped, which was our one city, one read book that we had? So I have that on my desk. But I would say Saturdays by Oge Mora, because Oge was one of my volunteers. So I always like to promote her, but she's wonderful as well. So that's a favorite house.
I was actually trying to find another book in my office, but I must have given it away. But it's a book by a gentleman out of Akron, and I think it's called Hair Love, and it's a children's
Oh, yeah.
book, and
Mhm.
it's just a wonderful book because it really sort of um, helps African American kids with the sort of confidence of being who they are, and it just it's one of my favorite books, and even though it's a kid's book, it's
Mhm.
something that I've been meaning to buy like a bunch of copies and just give them away. I had a few of them and I gave them away, but it's this is a good time um, for us to all just take a little deeper dive into a culture and what is now African American culture, but in many ways it's been African culture and shaped up to be something that I think we're a lot more aware of in this country. So this is definitely one of my favorite months of the year, and we definitely want to have you back at some point. But any other questions or comments from Ms. Gibbs? Anything you want to offer, Ms. Gibbs?
I was
I
just going
think
to also mention our digital collection. You also want to keep that in mind as well. You can always go in there and see the photos that have been added as well with that.
I think through books we can learn so much about culture and ethnicity and race. There's so many great books that my kids had that were about race and culture, great stories, and there's so much to learn. And thank you for being here as you are. You just have so much to offer, and the libraries have so many great books online that we can take advantage of. Thank you so much for being here. It's good
Thank
to
you.
see you.
Oh, thank you so much. And like you said, you can always go to our website at columbuslibrary.org, where we have book lists and books that you can check out online as well.
Thanks, Keith.
Awesome.
Thank
And I, and
you.
I, and I found the name, Keisha, of the book I'm reading. It's called The Color of Money, Black Banks and the Racial Wealth Gap.
Oh, I'm about to check
And
that
so
one out.
it's a really good read. Probably can't see it here, but and the author is I think it's Mirza Badarian. And
Okay.
so far it's really turned out to be a good read. I'm excited about it. So it's a good time to read it. It's a good book.
Awesome.
So, well, thank you so much for having
Thank
us, or thank
you.
you so much for joining us.
Thank
And
you for asking me as
you can
always.
come back anytime. And
Oh,
any
thank you.
suggestions, if you want to send us maybe a book of the month for Black
And
History Month that we
Oh,
can
sure.
highlight, feel free to do that, and we'll
Yeah.
definitely bring it up at our next commission meeting.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, well, you're free to join us for the rest of the meeting, but you don't have to. So thanks for being here.
All right. Thanks so much.
Yeah. All right, we'll keep it moving. First, is there a motion to approve the minutes of January 28th, 2021 briefing session and the January 25th and 27th, 2021 administrative briefings?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes,
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
thank you. Engineer,
Resolution number 81-21, CESO Incorporated, consulting engineers appointed to assist the Franklin County engineer with engineering and environmental services for the Zuber Road, Plum Run South Drainage Outlet, Pleasant Township, and Jackson Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $86,256.
Good morning, commissioners, staff members, and constituents. My name is Cornell Robertson, Franklin County engineer and Franklin County drainage engineer. Commissioners, this single resolution that I have to present to you today is for drainage improvement in the southwest part of the county in Jackson and Pleasant Townships. It's along Plum Run and Zuber Road. This particular resolution is for a design contract with CESO. We use the qualifications-based selection process, worked with the prosecutor's office, and recommend your approval. Happy to answer any questions that you may have.
If there are no questions, I'll move for approval of resolution 81-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
yes,
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Thank you. Resolution number 8121 has been adopted.
Thank you all
Thank
very
you.
much. Have a good day.
Thank you, Engineer. Next up, Sheriff.
Resolution number 82-21. Resolution authorizing an agreement with the Ohio Attorney General, Ohio Peace Officer Training Academy for use of the OPATA driving track and classroom in the amount of $1,500.
Good morning, Commissioners. Albert Smith, Assistant Director of Finance with the Sheriff's Office. Our first resolution authorizes an agreement with the Ohio Peace Officers Training Academy to rent their driving track and classroom for driving courses. The agreement will take place from June 7th through June 9th of this year and will not exceed $1,500. Pending any questions, I request passage of this resolution.
There are no questions. I'll move approval of Resolution 8221.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes,
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 82-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 83-21. Resolution authorizing a first contract extension with Com Products Incorporated, doing business as BNC Communications, for the provision of maintenance and repair of fixed, mobile, and portable radio equipment in the amount of $110,272.
Our final resolution authorizes the first contract extension with Com Products, also known as BNC Communication, for maintenance repair of our fixed, mobile, and portable radio equipment. The term of this contract will extend through January 15th of next year. Pending any questions, I request passage of this resolution.
If there are no questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 8321.
second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes,
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 83-21 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Item H.
Resolution number 84-21. Resolution authorizing non-general fund supplemental appropriations to support mental health, alcohol, and other drug treatment prevention services.
Good morning, County Commissioners. Thank you for your time. I'm Scott Fisher, the CFO of Adam H. We're all too familiar with the toll that stigma can have on an individual and family members who are struggling with their mental health and substance use disorders. To address the public health crisis, the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services is committing $9.75 million to Adam H. to fund a statewide multimedia anti-stigma mental health and wellness campaign that will be built on the successful model of the Denial Ohio campaign. The Denial Ohio campaign demonstrated the power of public-private partnerships, with the Nationwide Foundation and Adam H. leading the way. Public and private businesses and organizations came together to address the opioid abuse crisis. The time period for this new initiative runs through June 30th, with statewide media partnerships, creative development, and media buys being scheduled for dissemination through December 31st. Adam H. will retain its role as fiscal agent and will also take on some additional responsibilities in the planning and development of the campaign in conjunction with its partners. This opportunity provides Adam H. of Franklin County with a unique leadership role, elevating our organization's profile as a behavioral health authority, not only in our community, but across the state. The key focus for Adam H. will be ensuring that the messaging and campaign creative reflects the diversity of all Ohioans, urban, rural, people of color, ethnicity, education, and economic backgrounds. Our vendors will remain the same as the Denial Ohio campaign. However, there will be ample opportunity to subcontract to ensure vendors. We're grateful for Governor DeWine and his team for their commitment to extending the successful work of the Ohio Opioid Education Alliance. With this significant commitment, the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services and Recovery Ohio will join Adam H. and Nationwide Foundation as full partners. Adam H. would appreciate the support of our Board of Commissioners by allowing us sufficient appropriations to fulfill this statewide anti-stigma mental health and wellness campaign. Thank you for your time and consideration. And I'm sorry, Dean, I think I jumped in front of you there, so I apologize.
You're just fine, sir.
Dean's going to penalize you for the rest of the year, just so you know. That's just how he works. So
Well deserved. I apologize.
you're in
Dean.
trouble. You're in trouble now. Is there a motion?
Sorry, if there's no questions, I will move approval of Resolution 8421.
Second,
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 84-21 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Child support enforcement.
Resolution number 85-21, resolution authorizing a 4D contract with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office in the amount of $346,661.16.
Good morning, Commissioners. Susan Brown, representing the Child Support Enforcement Agency. This morning, I ask your consideration in approving this resolution authorizing the CSEA to enter into a one-year interagency agreement with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office beginning January 1st, 2021, in an amount not to exceed $346,661.16, which is a reduction of $8,665 as compared to last year. The purpose of this contract is to reimburse the Sheriff's Office for expenses associated with the execution of arrest warrants in civil contempt and criminal non-support cases, including activities associated with extradition and execution of warrants in appropriate civil cases. Each unit of service, defined as 1 hour or a fractional hour of deputies' time, will be reimbursed at a rate of $83.33 per hour, with a total of 4,160 hours anticipated to be devoted to this contract. Pending any questions, I request this resolution be approved.
If there are no questions, I will move approval of Resolution 8521.
Second,
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 85-21 has been adopted.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Commissioners.
Great. Thank you. Economic development and planning.
Resolution number 86-21, resolution authorizing a contract and agreement with the City of Columbus Building and Zoning Services Department for electrical inspection services in the amount of $24,750.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director at Economic Development and Planning, joined today by Josh Wareham, Residential Building Official at Economic Development and Planning. Happy Groundhog Day. Nobody said that yet, so I had to get that in.
Been Groundhog Day. It's been Groundhog Day since.
We don't like what the groundhogs found.
Well, Buckeye Chuck was good to us, but it's been Groundhog Day since last March, so we're
Right.
used to it.
As part of the 2020 budget, the Board of Commissioners, you all approved a full-time residential building official who has joined us today. This position was filled in September of 2020. We are currently in need of electrical inspection services as we await the State of Ohio Board of Building Standards decision on our Franklin County residential building official electrical safety inspection certification. This contract is to cover Franklin County Building Department for electrical inspection services for a period of 3 months. And that is for an amount not to exceed $24,750. Franklin County and the City of Columbus Building and Zoning Services Department have both established building departments in accordance with provisions of Ohio Revised Code, Chapter 3781. This contract is for the City of Columbus Building and Zoning Services Department to provide the following services: electrical inspections, including but not limited to underground, service, rough, and final inspections, provide electrical inspection insight to Franklin County Building Department staff, use our SmartGov online and mobile system to enter and track permits and inspections, and to provide any other services related to residential building plan review regarding electrical and inspections necessary to fulfill the terms of this agreement and agreed upon by both parties, and to interface with the residential building official with questions or concerns. Again, this contract is to fulfill a period from January 1st, 2021 through March 31st, 2021. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution. And if you have specific questions, Josh is available to answer any further technical questions.
Well, if there are no questions, then I will move approval of resolution 8621.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 86-21 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Jobs and Family Services.
Resolution number 87-21. Resolution approving a contract agreement with Annexus Incorporated for a technology platform that connects youth to employment and training opportunities in the amount of $75,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Turner, Assistant Director. This partnership arose from conversations with the business community following the release of the Rise Together Blueprint. The business community emphasized the need for a better, more centralized way to connect youth with employers who had summer jobs or paid internship opportunities. Our agency first partnered with Annexus Inc., doing business as payroll, in the summer of 2020 to pilot their employment and training mobile application tool for youth enrolled in our Achieve More and Prosper program, or AMP. The technology-based tool operates as a resource for youth that seek to enhance their employability skills or to find employment. Youth on the platform can complete training, track progress, and earn industry-recognized credentials, in addition to increasing exposure to the local in-demand job fields. During the initial pilot year, approximately 200 youth accessed workforce training and development that was made available on the payroll platform. This year, we look to connect over 400 AMP youth with the online work readiness training and access to employment opportunities through the mobile platform. This resolution supports goal number 11 of the Rise Together Blueprint, and pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there are no questions, I will move approval of resolution 8721.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 87-21 has been adopted.
Thank you. Have a wonderful Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vivian, thanks.
Purchasing.
Resolution number 88-21. Resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $9,858,102.30.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry-Balanier, Director of Purchasing. This resolution requests your approval of 169 purchase orders for which the County Auditor has pre-certified available funding. This week, 10 out of 15 eligible POs totaling $357,246 are being presented for award to 5 women business enterprises, 2 minority business enterprises, 1 small and emerging business enterprise, and 2 disadvantaged business enterprises. This represents 66% of the eligible PO volume and 90% of the eligible PO dollar value. Pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no questions, I will move approval of resolution 8821.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Abstain.
Resolution number 88-21 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Thank you.
Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 89-21. Resolution appointing David White to the Board of Trustees of the Columbus Metropolitan Library.
Good morning, Commissioners. Eric Janis, Deputy Administrator. Pending any questions, would recommend approval of this resolution.
Hey, Eric, I just wanted to say nice job on finding Mr. White. I'm not sure if that was you who found him or not, but I had the opportunity to meet him as we were making this appointment, and what a real good catch. He's got a great story. I think brings so much in terms of perspective to the board. I believe he's at Patel right now, if I remember correctly. And this is a good selection, and I just want to say good job on finding Mr. White.
Thank you, Commissioner. He is the Chief Information Officer at Patel, and while I appreciate the kind words, I can't take credit for it. The Board of Trustees at the Metropolitan Library has a nominated with a number of candidates, of which Mr. White was one. So very good candidate.
Yep. Thank
So
you.
So I've known Dave White since high school. Dave was a basketball player at a rival high school that I went to. I went to Bishop Reedy. He went to Father Worley High School back, what seems like 100 years ago now. Well, kind of almost half that, about 40 years ago almost. But I knew Dave in high school a little bit, but got to know him even better when we were young guys working in the state treasurer's office together back in our early 20s. And Dave has been an impressive guy all along. And so my wife and I have known him well for probably about 30, at least 30 years, 35 years now, maybe. And so Dave is a really, really good guy.
He mentioned that when I had the chance to meet with him, and he just really brings a lot to the table. This is a really good pick, and grateful that we found him, whether he was recommended or not. He's the type of person that we should be appointing to boards like this. So it's good.
Yeah, the only thing I have to say about him is, as a wrestler, he was a basketball player. I'm suspicious of all basketball players. So
Suspicious, huh?
he's a great guy.
All right. Do we need a motion here?
Yeah, I will move approval of Resolution 8921.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 89-21 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Eric, if anyone is interested in serving on one of our volunteer boards, how would they go about accessing that opportunity?
Commissioner, that's a good question. They can apply online through the Board of Commissioners website, or certainly any interested candidates can send a note or their information to me as well.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I believe that concludes our regular. I'm sorry. Are there any generalizations, Dean?
No, Commissioner. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that concludes our general session. And